Here we go then, boys and girls. Last one of the season. Don my suit, well, not a full suit. It's quite warm here in Bristol. I got a little hit on the face when I played in a charity. I went on mute then. What happened there? We all good? We're all good. Incredible. Last one of the season, eh? I'm still buzzing from the game that I played on Friday, man. Let's go. Hope everyone's doing well. Looking forward to the final game week of the season. I'll be honest, I'm ready for the World Cup now. One more week, find out who's in the team, pick the team, and hope for the best, I reckon. But yeah, hope everyone's doing well. Better zoom that in a little bit. Make sure you can see my team. We'll go through any info we got on stream. We'll see what there is out there at the moment about the starting lineups. That's my team as it stands at the moment. We'll see. We'll see. We got Verbruggen in goal. I'm sort of in between Verbruggen, Darlow. Not really sure where to go with that one. Perhaps I should probably start Darlow. I mean, I've got Verbruggen playing against Bruno Fernandes, so maybe that's the way to go. Should I do that? I'll do that. That feels right. Let's do that. What do you reckon on Verbruggen v Darlow, chat? I think I'm going Darlow. As for Arsenal, I just have no idea what to think about them. I was saying this in the Cartel Discord yesterday. I was weighing up whether who's going to play for Arsenal, right, and how many minutes they're going to get. I think Arteta's got to weigh up. Obviously, not letting his players get injured, but at the same time, if they don't play this week, it's 2 weeks between a game and the Champions League final, and I think you've got to keep a bit of sort of match intensity, match sharpness going, and yeah, I think Arteta's going to be forced to give his players some minutes, right? We'll see. Perhaps, maybe that's the way to go for now. Or maybe I should do that, really, shouldn't I? I think that's the way to go. And we'll do that. We'll see if we get any Arsenal leaks. I think that's the way to go. We got loads of people in the chat. Great to see you all. 70 people here already. People are big ups Game Week 38. Paul, it's great to see you, mate. Andy, Baller X. How to buy Sarge. Good to see you. Who else we got? Foxes and Fantasy. If I do Saka to Salah, should I downgrade João Pedro to Mane or Gabriel to Esteve? I reckon maybe wait for leaks. For me, I think Krupi Jr. from Bournemouth I think he could be really good this week. I made a wildcard free hit video yesterday. He was one of the first names on that team sheet. I think Bournemouth and Krupi could be really strong this week. I think Bowen's got to be a shout, hasn't it? I mean, you know, these teams with something to play for, man, they're going to be having to play for at a different level. Thank you, Daniel. It's like, how hot is it in the UK at the moment? It's very warm. Very warm at the moment. It's only 17 degrees at the moment, but it's going to get hotter and hotter. A bit too warm for a jacket, so we just go with a shirt. Our Gunners home or away? They're away, mate. Good to see you rocking gaming YouTube. I can't see Saka getting more than 45. I know. How are you in a shirt? Mate, we'll see how long we can last in the shirt. Free hit formation. Check out my channel, mate. I've just made a YouTube video on it. Yesterday I made one, so check that one out. Good to see you, by the way, Abby. I didn't say that. Genius Gamer, thank you, mate. Worth taking a hit? Think so, pal. I think you could take a hit this week if you really need to make up the difference. If we get no leaks, what are you most likely to do? Probably this, to be honest with you, mate. Or maybe, what do you reckon on João Pedro? I'm just completely unsure, to be honest with you. I wish I could answer, but I don't know. What do you reckon I should do? It feels like João Pedro to a Krupi, a Fleming, or a... Who else is there? Bowen could be a move, especially if he doesn't play. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, you got to join the cartel for a team review, pal. Ben, my pleasure. You said you were hanging your boots up last season and you still played, bud. No transfers done, little Mozzie. Closer to a vest, mate. I will send people your way if you're in a vest for the stream. Holly, good to see you. I got to share something because it's really cool, and I haven't talked about it on this channel, and it was quite possibly one of the best nights of my life. So I'm gonna talk about it if that's all right. I played in a charity football game for Bristol City on Friday night. Most people watching this video probably don't know of Bristol City players, but these were some of the starting players that I used to watch when I was a child. And I was in the starting lineup. I played on the left wing. I don't think I'll disgrace myself. I'm no footballer though. I'm a swimmer. That's my sport. I never claimed to be a footballer, but it was mega, man. I had my swim team there. That's my friends from my swim team. Family is my mum. She was in the stands. My dad was in the stands as well. I had a little mascot that I walked out with. There's me walking out on the pitch. Look at that. There's me, my shirt. It's my channel. I've got another Bristol City channel, by the way, called The Robin's Nest. Me and my mate in the stand. There you go. We did pretty well, and I got some little pro pictures taken yesterday. I don't know if anyone's heard of the band Idols, but they're from Bristol, and made good friends with their drummer. He was a lovely chap named John. Yeah, it's just fantastic lining up with these people. There's me, Bristol-based rapper called Unknown R, who doesn't reveal his face. Wade Elliott, yeah, man, he was great. He was great. He's still really at it. There's me walking out with my mascot. Oh, it's so cool, man. There's me and my dad. Yeah, unreal. So I know it wasn't directly as a result of this channel, but starting this FPL channel has been the start of the YouTube journey that has led me to that day. So thank you, everyone. This was definitely a part of me being there. Arsenal, wow, they're going to lift the trophy at Selhurst Park then? I guess you're going to do a celebration separately, aren't you? The FPL grandfather is 20 seasons in, still going strong. Let's go, mate. Nice one, mate. Oh, mate, Bristol, best city in the UK. I'm telling you. I know, mate. Honestly, I still couldn't sleep from it last night. It looked like a lot of people in our team were seasoned charity match players, but I obviously have never done anything like that before. I couldn't sleep the night after, and I couldn't sleep last night either. I was still buzzing from it all. I just spent yesterday like scrolling through all the pictures and stuff, just reliving it. To be honest with you, it was mega. You feel free to ask me FPL questions, by the way, but I just wanted to mention that because this was an important part of me doing that yesterday or on Friday night. So have we got any? Let's have a look at Meerkat's lineup predictions then to get us going. Good to see you, Lee, mate. Oh, God, sorry, I missed your super chat, my friend. Let's have a look at that. Thank you for reminding me. I do apologise. I got carried away. On a -8 hit currently, I brought in Barnes, Fleming. I'm stuck with Saka. I want to transfer Saka to someone who starts. Who should I bring in? I reckon, mate, I've got something for you here. Here's the FPL Cartel predicted points. Top players here. I really like Semenyo this week. I don't know how you guys feel, but I feel like Semenyo could be really good this week. I also feel like Bruno G from Newcastle could be really good this week. Szoboszlai could be really good as well if you don't have any of those players. Who else we got? Let's have a look at Rob T's goal odds as well. Might have some more players in it. Who's he back in? Gakpo. Salah. If you can get Salah, I think surely it's written about Salah doing well this week. Gibbs White. I don't know, mate. I know he's at home and he's done really well this season, but don't know. I don't know about Salah. Sorry, I got distracted then. Bristol's class, but the most expensive. I don't think it is. Definitely London is. I'm in the process of buying a flat in Bristol, and it took a long time to save for it, but it wasn't like outrageous. So yeah. What else we got? Yes, Paul. Let's have a goosey gander at your team. Tavernier. I don't really like Tavernier, mate. I would have liked him if he was the penalty taker. But he's not on pens anymore. You know, the penalties for me really made it. But he feels like he's gone off the ball a little bit. Kluivert's back as well. Yeah, I'm not too sure. You're joking, yeah. That is Bristol through and through. She is from Bristol. You're joking, not another one. I think points-wise, Semenyo has probably the highest predicted points for me. Yeah, my recommendation is probably Semenyo, or I really like Szoboszlai. James Maddison, yeah, he could be. I just don't know if he'll start. I don't know if you've got any. I don't know if you've got any Spurs fans in here, and what you think about James Maddison. Also with Man City, I don't know about you lot, but I'm not really worried about their team. Like, it's Pep's final game. They're at home at the Etihad. I think they're going to go for it, and try and win the game. I don't see really Man City rotating. They might. The one guarantee I can see is an early substitution for Bernardo Silva, so he can get a round of applause because he's leaving. But honestly, I don't really see Man City rotating, to be honest with you. Don't know how you feel about it. Do I think Gyökeres will start? Honestly, I have no idea. I really don't know. That Arsenal team, honestly, is so hard to predict. I don't even know if David Raya would play. Honestly, I have no idea. Yeah, I'm worried. I tell you what, I'm worried, Abby, about Cherky, especially. I think I'm willing to take the risk on O'Reilly, but Cherky, my God, he could be a right nightmare this week. Saka or Cherky, who would you get rid of? Honestly, I'd put them 50-50 as doubts for me. I have no idea. Sorry that I can't give a solid view, but genuinely, unless we get a leak, my predicted minutes. Oh, he just needs one for the clean sheet record. Okay, well, David Raya probably plays. And again, you need to keep your players fresh if you're Arteta. You want to stop them getting injured, but you want to keep the rhythm going. Good to see you, Nixie, mate. You think Saka's more unlikely? Yeah, okay. I guess you've got Madueke, haven't they? Saka's probably getting 45. Saka's probably getting 45, isn't he? Good morning, Nixie, by the way, mate. Good to see you. Start 2 from Semenyo Gross in Dewsbury Hall. Semenyo Gross, Dewsbury Hall. I'll go back to my team, sorry. Semenyo Gross, Dewsbury Hall. Let's have a look at the goal odds. Let's see if we got some latest goal odds. 2 seconds. Oh, what? Oh, come off it. Bear with. My tabs have all gone wrong. There we go. What's he got? There we go. Has he done some updated ones? No. Let's look at that. That's a much better view, isn't it? Of course, Nixie. I'm getting a bit warm already, though, I must say. I don't think the World Cup will impact things very much. It's not necessarily minutes. I think One thing the World Cup does do, I've noticed this personally as a Bristol City fan, when my players have been picked for their World Cup squads and there's not so much to play for at their clubs, they hold back a little bit so they don't get injured. I have definitely seen that. I won't name any players because it might be one that you've heard of in the Premier League, but I have seen players not necessarily completely pull out of tackles, but avoid getting injured, I would say. And you can understand it, right? I say who I think could be a really good differential is Pedro Porro. I think he could be really good this week. Good to see you, Liam, mate. Looking forward to later on. I need to have a bit of lunch after this stream, but I'll come out with you guys to watch the deadline. We need to go to a pub on King Street, by the way, that has some signal. Because I'll certainly be looking out for lineup leaks, mate. We need some leaks today, pal. Or Wi-Fi. You need signal or Wi-Fi, bud. So would you advise? Keep Saka or risk -12? Let's go back to your question, bud. You're on a -8 already. Bought in Barnes and Fleming. Stuck with Saka. Who else have you got on your bench, mate? I think I'll probably avoid taking a hit to sell Saka. Who have you got on your bench? Because when you look at the goal odds again, I'll just go back to them. Brighton are really high. So I feel like you might have a Brighton player on your bench. Definitely worth starting them from an attacking point of view if you've got them. Liverpool as well, looking really good. Van Heck, Hill, Casemiro. I just start Hill, I think. If you've got doubts about Saka, I think Hill could be really good this week. Start 2 from Senesi, Saliba, Gross. I'd probably start Senesi and Saliba, really. Gabriel, Raya, Saka, bench, yeah. My personal feeling is that Gabriel and Saliba probably play 45 minutes each. If I was Arteta, I think I'd do that. Yeah, genuinely, mate. I think Van Heck or Hill can just start for you. I'd rather start them than take a hit, I think. Start Van Heck or I think you got to start Van Heck, mate. Villa, I didn't mention this when talking about Man City either. Villa are such a team to target this week. I mean, they've already qualified for the Europa League through their league position. They won the Europa League. They were all out partying this week. Like Villa, they're done, aren't they, for the season? Everything they wanted to achieve this season has been done. You know, they are not going to be fresh for Man City, let me tell you that. In Pep's final game. Oh, mate, I know. The reason I've got Gabriel in is just because I think he's the best, but if he doesn't play good minutes... Oh, I nearly had a sneeze then. If he doesn't play good minutes, then he's useless, isn't he? No, mate, it's the final deadline of the season. You got to dress up for it, mate. I'm the gaffer. This is my team. No, I mean, even if they do play, they're all hungover, mate. Imagine, oh yeah, exactly. I think, Abby, you wait for leaks, mate, is the answer to that. You wait for leaks. Honestly, it all depends on your bench, the horror sickness, really. I think for me, and the bench I've got, I don't think I need to take hits. There's probably a transfer in this team somewhere, but it all kind of depends on leaks as well, really. Saliva or Gross. I'd definitely say Gross if you can get him in. Like, Brighton's goal odds are really good this week. Projected goals 1.94 against United. And I think their goal odds are looking good. I saw a picture of United on a team party this week. They had their party before the season finished. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't know if they were all pissed up at that party, but they went for a party. I saw it on Instagram. The thing is, mate, Nixie, how ability to predict lineups I get, but I'm not sure this week. I guess there's an element of lineup prediction skill in there, but honestly, how can you tell? Genuinely, how can you tell what Arteta's going to do and Pep's going to do? I said I had a gut feel that Gabriel, Saliba probably going to play 45 each, but you just don't know. I think it's so uncertain and unknown. I really like the Foden pick. Foden for Semenyo, or would Foden replace Cherky perhaps? Well, if you think Foden's going to play, to me, that probably suggests that Cherky doesn't play. So if you do Foden for Semenyo and still have Cherky in your team, I don't know about that. I mean, how do you feel, chat? Do you think, if Foden plays, surely that's at the expense of Cherky? Yeah, I'm very happy to have Bruno. You have Roofs, Casemiro, Van Heck, Hill. Yes, mate, but because you've already taken a -8 to use a load of transfers, it's really hard to keep track of things. Mate, the England content will come, don't worry. The video I made yesterday, I had to talk about the charity game on my City channel, mate. I couldn't do an England video just yet. There we go. Cheers, pal. Donnarumma, Gahey, Gabriel, Chow, Barnes. Barnes? Is that Harvey Barnes? Bruno F. Man, I thought you was Ashley Barnes. I don't know why I thought Ashley Barnes. Bloody hell. Yeah, but then if Saka starts, I think he's a really good pick because Palace is a great fixture this week. So I think just wait for leaks, to be honest with you. And if we find out that Saka isn't playing, I would probably stick Hill in your starting 11, to be honest. I'd probably do that. Anybody could play for... Honestly, my feeling... I guess this is the lineup prediction skill I was debating Nixie about earlier, but on Man City, I just think the narrative around it being Pep's final game, it's at home. I know they've lost the league, but I still think they'll be playing all out in that game. And it's against Villa, who have just won the Europa League. They were all pissed up in the week after a party. I feel like it's a really good game for City. And just with the fact it's Pep's final game, I think there's good motivation to pick a strong team. So I'm not too worried about... maybe I'm completely off the mark, but I'm not too worried about City. I think they'll play their strongest 11. But the thing is, for me, does that strongest 11 have Cherky in it? I just think my bigger worry is Arsenal and João Pedro. I've only got one free transfer to deal with it as well. Who would you replace to taking a -4? Cherky, Rogers, Wilson. I think wait for Man City leak and then maybe Morgan Rogers. I'm definitely not a closet Burnley fan, mate. They'll be on Twitter, mate. Can I send you a list? So I don't know if you use Twitter lists or how I share them, actually. Let's have a look, see if I can lists. Can I share you my list? Leaked FPL team news. Can I share it? Yes, there we go. So if you use X, this there you go. What that is I think it's the most well-crafted list of reliable lineup leaking accounts. So yeah. Scott Twine, mate, best free kick taker in world football as far as I'm concerned. Don't know why my Instagram feed was up. I was just showing you stuff earlier. That's my Instagram though. Tom H Football. Give us a follow. Put that in the chat as well. It's probably going to be in the final hour before kickoff, to be totally honest with you. Yeah, I agree, Peter. That's my thoughts. I think Arsenal are far more likely to rotate than Pep is. Who do you think will go down? I think it'd be West Ham, mate. I won't be streaming till then, but there'll be plenty of streams that will be going live till then. I'll probably stream until about 12:30, I think. Yeah, probably do a few hours. Although I had a coffee and a litre of water before I started, and I will need to nip to the loo. You know how it is, unfortunately. Yeah, that's a good plan, June. Yeah, Bowen being the most transferred in player is interesting, mate. The trades, the Burnley Bristol City trades are real, aren't they? Any leaks yet? Haven't seen any. Let's have a look at that list, see if there is anything. 2 seconds. So this is FPL Villain, who predicts the Villa lineup. Doesn't have any info. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that's a rather weak Villa team, isn't it? No, fair enough, Holly. Unfortunately, X is quite essential for FPL and football social media. So you take the rough with the smooth with that app. I've been on my Bristol City account. I've had some right pelters. I've had a lot of stick on that account, but you just got a soldier on, man. I don't think we got anything, have we? Oh, John Stones' final game as well, so Stones might get some minutes, actually. I don't know what that is. Anyone know what Yokbop is? No idea. Yeah, Bowen's going to not necessarily be a differential anymore. Also, if João Pedro starts, I think it's very hard for me to... I think it's very hard for me to do anything with him, to be honest with you. I think he's great this week if he plays. He's already going. Great season. Really enjoyed your courage. Yes, mate, that's what we do. I might captain Mickey van der Ven. Fair enough. Jake, I missed you, mate. Sorry. Hope you're keeping well. I've still got the to-do list task of sending you a mug. I'm really sorry. We'll do it at some point. How's things with you and the family, by the way, Holly? You been keeping well? Barco is back, is he? JB, Johnny. Gotta be done, mate. No one knows until then. Saw a bit of leg then as well. Don't get carried away. What do you think about one transfer I have for Pedro to Fleming? They were shorts, by the way. I'm not in my underwear, just for total clarity. Mate, creepy's the swimming stalker, man. They've stopped now, thankfully. By the way, if you haven't already, do leave a like rating on the stream. We've got 350 people in here at the moment, and only 52 likes, may I add. So I think with 350 people, we can get to 100 likes. And leave a like rating and subscribe to the Robins. I was going to say the Robins Nest. That's my other channel, to the Golden Gold channel if you haven't already. David, my pleasure, man. Thank you for watching. Thank you for everything this season. It's been incredible. Andy, swimming's been going okay. I've been training. I lent off a little bit this week, preparing for the football game. I'll be back in the gym tomorrow. I think I'm just giving it a couple of days off after the game, just to let my body calm down. Like I said, my nervous system was like it's been buzzing for the last 2 days after the game, so I've not really been resting. So today will be a nice little recovery day, and then back in the gym tomorrow. If you don't like the stream, your game week will be crap. There you go. Ben said it. Will Doku Foden start? No idea, mate. But I think Doku starts. I think Semenyo starts. I think Foden v Cherky is interesting. I just have a feeling that Pep's going to play his strongest team. Yeah, Andy. I mean, I have really struggled getting up to speed with running. I tried to do as much running as I could going into the game, but my legs just couldn't hack it. So I went in very much undercooked. But I think we did all right. Didn't disgrace ourselves. That's all I'll say. Harry Wilson start? That's a good question. I think he's off. So is Marco Silva. So Newcastle v Fulham could be interesting. I think Marco Silva's going Benfica, isn't he? Maresca's already in to replace Pep, I think. It's been pretty well announced so far. Who do you think I should replace Gyökeres with? I'd wait for a leak, mate. I think there's a good chance Gyökeres could start this week. It depends who you think is going to start in the Champions League final. I think he might play Havertz in the final, you know. I think he might play Havertz in the final. I don't know how you feel. I think he might play Havertz. So I'm just looking offline at something a second. Yeah, Maresca's in, I think, isn't he? Won't there be a replacement in Arsenal and City? Well, I think my overarching feeling is I think Arsenal's going to be a minefield in terms of predicting who's going to play. Again, I just think there's something in Man City and it being Pep's final game. Like, I don't see him rotating massively. I like Osula. I think Osula could be really good this week. I think Osula, Krupi, Thiago, Bowen are all decent this week. But the thing is, with João Pedro in my team as he is, I think he's really decent as well. So if he starts for Chelsea, it's very hard to get rid of him. I do wonder. I don't know how you feel, but he said he was very disappointed not to make the Brazil squad and all that. But I do wonder the injury that he picked up in the FA Cup final. Is that why he's not in the Brazil squad? I've tried. I need to go to the loo. Sorry, I've drunk over a litre of water leading up to this stream. I need to go. I'll be 30 seconds. I'll be quick. Sorry about that, folks. Needs must. Wirtz or Szoboszlai? I think you got to go Szoboszlai, mate. I personally think Arsenal will still team main players. Well, that's the thing, Gazem. I genuinely think Arteta is forced to give them minutes, but it's just how many. Like, my personal feeling is that Gabriel, Saliba get 45 each. It's probably what I'd do if I'm Arteta. And then Saka probably gets some minutes, but limited. Like, I think there's something in keeping your players match fit, or just sharp. I think it's an ideal game to do that, really, isn't it? So yeah. Why are you starting Gabriel? Good question. I'm waiting for leaks, to be honest with you, mate. And I think Gabriel's still the best Arsenal defender. He might even be worth starting even if he only plays 45, to be honest with you. Wasn't João Pedro looking to go to Barca? I must have missed that, to be fair. I've kind of been out of the Premier League world for the last couple of days with my what was I going to say, with my charity game on Friday. No, I don't know about Saka Majd. I don't know, mate. I don't know. The thing is with Saka, I think Gross is pretty decent. Like, Brighton's projected goals this week are really decent. Don't know if he's on there. But I think Gross could be okay. You know what we got to do? We got to see what FPL Review has to say, don't we? We got to see what FPL Review has to say. You always do. Let's have a look. See, I use FPL Review to help me. I don't copy what it says, but I use it to help me. So let's see what it's got. It's a massive solver run for a whole game week. Saliba to Porro. Oh, wow. I didn't score a hat trick, Ben. I think I kept the ball most of the times. I didn't give it away. So that's the main thing that came from me. I scored a couple of goals in the warm-up, though. They're pretty good. Oh, wow. It's telling me to bench Cherky. 66 minutes is the prediction for Gabriel. Mate, Gabriel's getting 59 minutes, isn't he? They're keeping a clean sheet and he's getting subbed on 59 minutes. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you, Liam. I think that's the overarching feeling I have about the Arsenal players is that they get some minutes. And it's a great game to get minutes in as well, with Palace having the Conference League final on Wednesday. There's so much to think about. Oh, hang on. I haven't even changed my news ticker. I have no idea what to do with my team. I'm going to put that. Because I don't know what I'm doing with my team. No clue whatsoever. Such a good FPL YouTuber, aren't I? Well, Ben, I get it, but then there's it's the magic of football. There's a balance between not getting injured and staying sharp, right? Like, Arteta's got to find that balance with his team this week, I think. It's toughy. I think, yeah. So that's why I think they're going to get minutes. You don't say as well. Do I say as well quite a lot? Oh well. So Saliba less likely to play than Gabriel. It's not that. I just think Saliba's not as good as Gabriel, even though he outscored him last week. But that's my feeling. Gabriel's the one from an Arsenal defence point, isn't he? We'll do a World Cup predictor as part of the World Cup videos I do, mate. Don't worry about that. We'll do a simple question though to the chat. Who do you think is going to win the World Cup? Who do you actually think is going to win the World Cup? And what would you make of the England squad if you're an England fan? I don't want. Yeah, well, that's a good point, Liam, on terms of high intensity. But yeah, Ben said Scotland. England squad rubbish. I don't know. The one player that I was upset about was no Maguire. Really, I thought I'd have picked Maguire if it was me. Yeah, I thought Maguire was destined to go, but there you go. The one thing about England really is though, our starting 11 is so good. Like the 11, bar maybe who plays as the number 10 behind the striker. I think the starting 11 picks itself, doesn't it? It's Pickford in goal, Gahey and Konsa, Reece James, who's going to play left back, Nico O'Reilly, isn't it? Anderson and Rice in midfield, Saka on the right, Rashford on the left, Kane up front, and then it's up to whoever plays in the 10, really, isn't it? Oliver Whitman, he wants some more like ratings, so leave a like if you haven't already. I think I'm thinking about France. They probably have the strongest squad on paper, but France are prone to a little squad bust up. It's not. I need to change my mic. I've got the gain on a little bit high. Let's put it down a little bit. There you go. France do love a squad fallout. I don't think so, Liam. I think we're okay. I do think we need to keep Reece James fit though. I think the thing is for if we win the first two group games, you can obviously rest in the third. Yeah. So hopefully we can keep him fit. Well, it's Rodgers or Bellingham, isn't it? I think. People getting upset about Palmer and Foden not getting picked. I don't think they deserve to be there, to be honest with you. Morgan Gibbs-White deserved to be there ahead of Palmer and Foden. Who else missed out? Maguire's one of the key one for me. I would have brought Maguire. And Lewis Hall as well. I think Lewis Hall's been right up there with O'Reilly. It's just his team haven't been as good. Yeah, Spence. But I think what Tuchel has obviously favoured is, we'll stop talking about England in a second, but what Tuchel has favoured is players who can cover in multiple positions. So like Jed Spence can play both right and left back. He can also step into the midfield if he needs to. And Dan Burn can play centre back and left back. And also, I think it's something a lot of managers are keen on, but it's having centre backs with the correct foot for the side that they're playing on, if that makes sense. So with Dan Burn being left footed, I think Tuchel likes that. But I still feel like taking Dan Burn over Maguire it don't make sense to me, I've got to say. Madueke, yeah, he's not really done much this season. I think the team is good. I would have took Palmer. What's Palmer done to deserve it, though? Is anyone worth taking a hit for? Captaincy, if you don't have who you think the best captain is. For me, I think it's Haaland. Like, nailed on, really. James Hill, yeah. I think he's a definite England starter of future seasons, isn't he? You're trying to get me to say something there, FPL Down Under. But I don't know what that is. I listened to it in my head, and like it's obviously it must mean something, but I don't know what you're trying to get me to say by typing that. But I mean, I don't hate it, mate. Nothing against Madueke personally, but I mean, he's not really done it this season, has he? I think he's been a bit of a not been a great signing for Arsenal, but they did need someone to cover for Saka. Yeah, Quants is in there as well, isn't he? Forgot about that. Yeah, exactly. Daniel, he's picked a squad. He's picked a team. Exactly as you said. I think you're underestimating Henderson. You know, he plays for Brentford. Brentford have done good this season. I'm not saying he's not going to play, but I think, honestly, having been in I know, plays in one charity game, thinks he's a footballer, right? But honestly, I think having someone of his personality around is really helpful. I think it is. You tell me, other than an international trophy, what Jordan Henderson hasn't won. He's won a Premier League, he's won a Champions League, he's captain of Liverpool. He's been there in the real high pressure, high stakes situations. I think it's having someone like that around is useful. I think so. I'll back Henderson. He won't play. He doesn't need to play. Do you think Strike will start? Don't know, mate. We'll have a look at FPL Meerkat's predicted lineups because he's pretty good at making well informed um, lineup predictions. So let's have a look. So one thing to look at is FPL Joe, first of all. So what FPL Joe does is very useful account. They track live betting data. So let's go and have a look. So they track live betting data and they show the trend over time and just show whether they've gone up or down. And what this essentially does is it highlights who might be in the starting lineups. So Arsenal's projected goals has dropped quite considerably in the last sort of day or so. And the clean sheet odds have gone down, but not by much. I think seeing Arsenal's goals drop like that probably means Saka's not in the team. Chelsea Sunderland hasn't changed. Leeds clean sheet odds have dropped. Maybe that means Harry Wilson's going to play if Fulham's have gone up. Last movement over the last 48 hours. Honestly, I think it says something looking at betting data over time. It seems to know, the bookies seem to know who's in the team before any of the leaks come out. They just know. The bookies know everything, mate. The bookies, they're designed to beat us. Also, I've had George Michael, amazing, stuck in my head for the last week. Any leaks? No leaks. We were looking at Meerkat, weren't we? I got sidetracked. Bloody Twitter is so distracting. Let's see who's in his predicted lineups. Here we go then. Predicted lineups. Oh, mate, that Arsenal team. Good lord. Oh, no. He doesn't even have Raya starting. That's how bad that is. Holy moly. I think Diamond's going to play. I'd agree with that. Christ, that could be the team, couldn't it? Yeah, he's gone. Villa are just going to be a mess. Bournemouth, they're not going to be a mess. I think that 11 is locked in, really. That's the team that Bournemouth will start with. Obviously, no Jimenez anymore. Anyone heard about what's happened to Jimenez? I mean, we all saw the tweets. One would assume that that's all true. There's Brentford. There's our man. Welbeck starting for Brighton. I think he could be quite good this week. The Brighton projected goals are really good from betting data wise. I think they could do well against United. Burnley. That's Burnley team. I think Jadon Anthony could be good, and obviously Fleming. Chelsea, he's not sure about João Pedro. I don't think anyone is really. So I guess we'll see on that one. Palace, no one's looking at Palace. They're going to rotate heavily, I think. Everton, I think the Everton team picks itself at the moment, really. Fulham, I think Harry Wilson plays. We saw the betting data for their projected goals going up and up and up. I think Harry Wilson plays. He's out of contract this summer, of course. Leeds, they don't have Strike starting, by the way. So someone asked me about Strike. Meerkat does not have him in the lineup. There's a Liverpool team. Salah's going to start. Man City team. Whoa. He's gone no Semenyo. He's put Stones in the lineup. I think Stones probably starts. But I think, he's not got O'Reilly in the team either. Oh, no. Oh. There's a United team. Newcastle team. Forest team. Spurs team. No Madison. Sunderland team. This isn't a leak, by the way. It's just a prediction. West Ham. Oh, bloody hell, Alex. You legend. Thank you, pal. Are you playing the World Cup game? We'll be there for the World Cup, bud. Mate, you've been here. You've been here since day one. Look at us, eh? Look at us. Thank you, mate. That's very generous of you. Very, very generous of you. That's like 25 quid. Unbelievable, mate. Well, I'm going for a beer after this deadline stream with a couple of my mates. One of the guys in the chat, actually, Liam, earlier. And I will enjoy one of those beers with that money, mate. Appreciate you, mate. Thank you. Boop, 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 boop. Now I walk in the midday sun. See, it's stuck in my head. Bloody George Michael. You want some punts, mate? Rayan from Bournemouth. We'll have a look for these predicted lineups. That might spark some. Rayan from Bournemouth, definitely. Jaden Anthony from Burnley, I really like. Wouldn't go any Spurs. Gibbs White. Harvey Barnes, maybe. Bruno G. Wouldn't touch City, really, pump-wise. Well, obviously Salah. Szoboszlai as well. Dewsbury Hall. Wouldn't pick Chelsea. Yeah, Jaden Anthony looks good. Hinchelwood, I think he could be quite good against United. And then, yeah, I think Rayan from Bournemouth is a really good shout this week. I think Bournemouth could do really well. I just have a feeling they do really well against Forest. Lambie, my pleasure, man. Thank you for watching them. I hope they've been helpful. If you haven't already, by the way, leave a like rating on the stream. We've got 450 people watching at the moment and 120 likes. I reckon we can get to 200 likes on this stream. I reckon we can do 200. But how do you go about buying tickets for English Premier? I don't know. I haven't never been to a Premier League football game in my life. That's a revelation. I'm a Bristol City fan, mate. I got a season ticket at Bristol City. I've never actually been to a Premier League game. So yeah. Yeah. At least West Ham they just didn't really fix them quick enough. I thought the main issue West Ham had was at centre back, really. I'm in my Sunday outfit, mate. But it's final deadline stream of the season. We got to be suited up, bro. Are you going for the West Ham job? No, mate. I don't want that job. Addy, thank you, mate. I appreciate that. You're 32nd in the world. Mate, if you're actually 32nd, awesome. Sorry that I'm on the wrong page. Sorry that I'm ashamed that I haven't taken my own advice then and put myself in that position. Oh, yes, Joseph. You could go to the pub and wait for leaks, though. That is possible. As long as your pub has good signal and Wi-Fi, you're all right. Who's the safest captain pick between Haaland and Bruno? I think Haaland for me, mate. I just don't see a world in which it might happen. So don't quote me on this. I'm not going to say actually I don't see a world. I think Haaland will start, and if he starts, he's the best captain. No doubt about it for me. Let's have a look, brother. Going for a Fleming punt. I do not hate that, pal. 32nd overall, is he? Unbelievable. That is you. I would trust that. Your username is Lambie. Incredible. Well, I wish you the best, mate. What are you planning? What are your hopes this season? Can you win it? Oh, bloody hell. First place, 2,506 points. Wow. You have to go somewhere to win it, to be fair. But, mate, 32nd overall. It's cracking. Great season, mate. 37th out of over 11 million. Bloody hope Calvert-Lewin does something today. Thank you for all the vids. Watch most. Thank you, pal. Bowen or Haaland captain? I just think Haaland's so clear of anyone else. The differential points are from your players rather than your captain. I just don't know. I cannot honestly say that I would captain anyone that isn't Haaland based on the information we've got. First in Belgium, and if I finish first, I win a weekend to the UK and can watch a. That'd be incredible. That will be incredible, mate. Well, we wish you the best of luck for that one. we'll keep an eye on things. I'll definitely do some kind of live stream video tomorrow. So if you're about, come join. Let us know where you finish, mate. That's mega. What points am I on? Do you like my? That's me, by the way. Oh, that's me, by the way, in my swimming form. I got 2261, pal. What are you on? 2261. Let's go, Daniel. Same points, mate. Mate. Oh, you leave on a 5-day trip to Malaga. Fair enough. I don't know about O'Reilly. Who do you think will get relegated? West Ham. Nice one, Ian. No problem, Lambie. Well, we'll keep an eye on where you finish, mate. It's hard for me to track the Belgium leaderboard, I think, because I'm not in it, obviously. But wish you the best, mate. We'll see who wins out of us then, Daniel, won't we? That's cool, that. Someone on exactly the same points. Have you been copying my team then all season? Is that what you've been doing? I got a little copier. Bloody George Michael still in my head. I'll probably do one, Alex. Yeah, I do need to. I need to have a bit of a general tidy up of my flat and stuff. I think tomorrow's going to be a tidy up day. Get in the gym, have a session. I got to do a Bristol City podcast in the morning. Actually, we'll do a gym sesh, bit of recovery. Sorry, bit of a loosener. Get my body a bit loose after the footy game on Friday, and then have a lift, and then tidy the flat, and then do a stream. What time would people like a stream tomorrow? 9 a.m. till 11 a.m. UK time. I will be busy on a podcast. To be fair, it'll have to be the afternoon. I was going to say I could go to the gym in the evening, but I've got a swim Tuesday morning. I quite like to have a bit of rest between my gym and swim. 6 players the same. I mean, leaks could happen any time, mate, to be honest with you. I reckon they'll be in sort of the final half an hour before the deadline, really. I usually hand over to the big guns to stream then, though, mate. The Harrys, the Raptors, the Focals, Let's Talk FPL, the mates, those people. Meerkat is selling Haaland. Wow. Let's see what big man Bakar has to say. 15 major dilemmas covered. Let's have a look. I do like what he has to say. What do you think overall strategies should be? Most managers heavily invested. Any reliable leaks? Yep. Best captain Haaland. Which fixture should manage? Yeah. City v Villa. Bowen, Sabozai, Palmer. Who are the best differential captain options? Marmouche. Ooh. Yeah, Haaland could be benched, I guess. João Pedro. Depends on your squad. I still prefer João Pedro to Bowen. Wow. How should managers chase a gap? You don't need to go complete. Yeah, agree. Made up by 2 or 3 different players. How should you chase a lead? Yeah, give yourself a chance by picking different players. It's a good point from him around defenders. No team currently has above a 35% chance for clean sheet. He's worried about Salah's fitness. Martin, my pleasure, mate. Porro or Virgil? No, probably not. I would definitely be playing World Cup Fantasy, and I think Harry Kane be my first pick, mate. I think the key thing with the World Cup Fantasy depends on how the chips work, but I think during the group stages, you've got to target the gulfs between teams. Like I think Mexico in match day one have the biggest gulf of any team, like in terms of FIFA ranking and quality. So like I will probably have some Mexico players match day one, for example. That's what I've seen in my early look anyway. And by the way, the FPL Cartel, I'll leave a link to it in the chat. Tom has been working very hard on a predicted points model for the World Cup. Well, not a predicted points model, sorry, just odds for the games to help you pick your team. And we'll be going hard on the. You got to ask Tom about that one, Ben. But we'll be going hard on the useful models for the World Cup. We're going to call it the boardroom, though, going forwards. I have one free transfer. Thoughts on Saka to Palmer? Oh, Martin, I appreciate that, mate. Thank you very much. We're just working away, pal. I don't know about Saka to Palmer. I don't know. Cheers, Ben. I might have to nip away in a second and make another coffee as well. I feel like another coffee might keep the energy up. Mohammed, my pleasure, mate. Saka to Palmer. I'm not sure Palmer's done enough to justify a place in my team, really. I don't know how I can say Palmer, I want Palmer in my team. I can't. I just can't say I want Palmer in my team. Caffeine and DMB. I'll tell you what, actually, you say that tomorrow morning, one of the coffee shops in Bristol, I can't remember where it is, but they're doing a DJ set at 10 a.m. I think it's like called just coffee and bass, something like that. So I could, after my podcast, could go to a coffee shop rave. I think that's quite a good idea, actually, isn't it? Coffee and a rave. They do it in Dubai. There you go. An old Dubia. Saliba to Mavropanos or start Sharda. I think you start Sharda, mate. I don't know why I'm sounding like a Londoner. Why was I saying that? Well, it was the proper UK accent then, wasn't it? I think that Brentford could score against Liverpool. They could still qualify for a good European spot, couldn't they? It's the suit. The suit turns me into a bad man. There you go. That's all right, Daniel. So I must say, last week I was 150k overall. Actually, I was 151k overall. So I dropped 25,000 places in Gameweek 37. If we drop 27,000 places, I'm in the top 100k. There's no info about the Fantasy World Cup game yet, mate, because it's not out. It's quite simple. There's nothing yet. It should come out soon, though. I think they're waiting until the Premier League game finishes, and probably all of the nations have announced their squad as well. Oh, mate, it's crap. 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock. I think one's at 9 p.m., one's at 11 p.m., one's at like 2 a.m. It's not great. Oh, sorry, guys. Got something in my eye. There we go. Saka to Sabozza, I don't hate. I'm just wondering what my priority transfer this week should be. I just have no idea. I just don't know. No stats. One video. You want to see a video of me passing the ball? Actually, I did a bit of defending as well. 2 secs. I should be able to send myself the videos. Give us a sec. You won't get copyrighted for these either, I suppose. Where's the clips? There's 2. I'll put the video of me walking out in as well. Honestly, I loved having a mascot. It was so cool. Do you want to watch it? Me and my mascot. Let's have a watch. Are you benching Gross? Yeah, I think Gross is probably going to start for me in the end. I think whichever one of Saka, Cherky is less likely to start. I forgot his name, mate. I met so many people yesterday that names, honestly, there were hundreds of names. Hundreds of names. I forgot a lot, I must say. Sorry to the lad. I remember his dad's name, though. His dad's name was Jake, and he was a lovely bloke. He introduced himself actually before the game and said he watches my channel. And then there were loads of kids just waiting in the tunnel for someone to walk out with them. And his son was just on his own, so we walked out together. He's probably watching this video. I am sorry. But please don't be offended. I imagine most people watching this video are blokes. We're terrible with names. I'm terrible with names. Unless I'm meeting like 1 or 2 people in a meeting, it's quite easy to remember their names. But mate, big meetings, big crowds, names are impossible. Oh, maybe I can't send the video. Don't know if you can see my phone. We'll have to just share my moments on the pitch, I guess. Porro or Virgil for a hit? I think I've already answered this, and I don't think I'd take a hit for a defender. 223k overall. Want to finish in top 200k. Bruno G, Cherky, Hinshelwood, Haaland, by DCL, Rogers on the bench. Yeah, I'd look at Sabozai for Cherky. I think Sabozai for Cherky sort of guarantees. I can't even send myself the videos. Sabozai for Cherky, I've got a better idea actually. I can put them in my Google Drive. Sabozai for Cherky guarantees you minutes, I reckon. I just don't think there's a world in which Sabozai doesn't start, to be honest with you. I feel like Arsenal players should have waited till after the Champions League final. You relied one night, I reckon, doesn't impact things. I'm not entirely sure if they were out on the piss. They probably were, but there's a question of you can go out and party, but you can also be a professional and not drink. And also, let's be honest, you win the Premier League, you're not sleeping that night. You know, regardless of how much of a professional you are or whatever, you are not getting a good night's sleep after doing that. So regardless, like, case in point, I'm going to drop it in again. I played in a charity game on Friday, right? I couldn't sleep after that, the high of the adrenaline. Imagine winning the Premier League. You ain't sleeping after that, mate. You're so high on adrenaline. We did well with Gucci. Yeah, it was probably the best night of my life, to be honest with you, mate. I had all my friends and family in the stand. It was all in aid of mental health. A charity called the Talk Club, which its entire purpose is getting men talking about their mental health. It was wonderful. All my friends and family in the stands. I played with some Bristol City Club legends. It was incredible. I just can't stop thinking about it or talking about it or going through the pictures. It's just one of those moments and days you'll never forget. Sobbo or Anderson for a hit. It depends who else you got, mate. You're desperate, but for a hit. But who are you getting rid of? You know, a hit all depends on who you're getting rid of. Hassan. So you wanna protect a lead by taking a hit. I'm not sure that ties up. I'll be honest with you. Do you want to see a video? Oh, come on. What's going on? Sorry, guys. Bear with. We'll get there. Is me walking out of my mascot. Oh. Look at him. Look how good that is. And I find my friends that are hang on. I was trying to get him to find his mum and dad in the stands, and his mum and dad were pitch side. So he's just looking at random people. But I didn't know where his mum and dad were, in my defense. And then I'll try and look for my mates. Trying to get it away, but there you go. What else we got? You can see my my moment of my moment on the ball. Are you ready? In hindsight, I probably should have turned in trying to get a cross in, but let's see if you can find it. Oh, come on. Here's my one moment. You ready? I think this is it. Well, there was a groaning because I nearly gave the ball away then, but I think we kept it. There you go. Oh my god. Nick Span. Oh my god. I think. Okay. So this is how you answer this question in my mind. Who is the top player that you don't own currently? Who do you think is going to do the best in terms of points this week that you don't own currently? And then you should bring that player in for. It doesn't matter who for, but you should bring that player in, and then we go from there. Cheers, mate. I made sure to do a little bit of scanning though, because I was worried someone would chase me, but it was all good. Yes, I am IA mobs. I have done one. It's my last video, so just check out my latest video. It's all in there. Give it a watch, give it a like as well if you find it useful. But yeah, check out my latest video. That's got it on there. Do 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 do. I think you're amazing. Say the love can set you free. Now I walk in the midday. Sorry, I've got George Michael stuck in my head. I've fallen for the Bowen hype. Mate, he doesn't score goals though, does Bowen? He's only getting assists. Rocking Gaming YouTube, let's have a quick look. I am going to need to nip out for another toilet break and to make a coffee as well. I think another coffee will get me through the rest of the stream. Let's just talk about Man City being the final games for specific players. There's no leaks as yet. I'll have a look. Oh, we've got some predicted lineups actually. So we'll have a look at this. So this is Emma Jump the Wave, and what Emma does is she puts together predicted lineups of teams that are done by, supporters of those teams. She's got a group of fans that predicts the lineup basically. So this is the Arsenal game. Now, obviously, like the best source of lineup predictions is people that are close to the team. Oh no, bro! How long have I been muted? No, no. How long were we muted? How long were we muted for? You can hear me now. It's all good. No, I was talking so much sense about my. Oh no. Man, that was the most important part of the stream. We'll have to go back. We were talking about Arsenal and that no one's got Saka starting, so I think I'm probably going to sell Saka at the moment. You're riding the tiger, I reckon, on Gabriel and Saliba. They're both 4 out of 7 predictors. I was checking; I was not muted then. 4 out of 7 Arsenal predictors have got Saliba and Gabriel playing. We're back now. By the way, this mic is fantastic, right? But this strip here, you see that? If you press it, the mic goes on mute. And when I adjust the mic, it's so easy to bloody press it. I was so in flow, I wasn't even looking at the chat. Oh. But anyway, none of them had Saka playing. 4 out of 7 had these two starting. We didn't care about Villa, Brighton, 100%. We know the Brighton team. Chelsea, so 6 out of 7, and I did that. Have a João Pedro playing. Liverpool, everyone's got Salah. What else are you interested in? Man City, 83% have got Haaland playing. Turkey was 50-50, which I didn't like. And then O'Reilly was 67. I didn't know what to think about O'Reilly. I think I've got to ride the tiger on him, play him as well. And we were going through the other teams. So I think based on the information we've got, Saka's my sell at the moment. And then it's a question of, do I bench Turkey, really? Well, I think I'll be selling Saka as things stand. And I guess we've got to pick a midfielder now, haven't we? We've got to have a think. Who's going to come in my midfield? Who's going to come in? Hill, Van Heck, Gabriel. Live in Australia, won't be away for the deadline. Who do I sell? At the moment, mate, it's looking like Saka for me. But you're in the same position as me. I'm selling Saka. As it stands, I think he has to go. If none of the 7 Arsenal predictors have Saka playing, more than half have Gabriel and Saliba starting, more than half have O'Reilly starting, and Cherky is a 50-50. I think Saka's got to be the one. And then I ride the tiger, as I'm going to call it, and start Cherky, or I start Gross. And I think, oh, it's so close though, because if Cherky plays, that Villa game is so good. I think he's going to go first on my bench though. Is Gross. Gyökeres, let's have a look. He's 57%, so that's 4 out of 7. Same as Gabriel Saliba. Yeah, I really like Rayan, mate. I'd go for him this week. I really like Bournemouth this week. I'm just thinking, who do I bring in for Saka? Who do I feel like bringing in for Saka then? We'll change our minds if we get a leak, but I think that's the play, is to sell Saka, and then we've got to deal with the issue of starting Cherky or not. And I think, given that 4 out of 7 have Gabriel Saliba starting, I don't want double Arsenal defence. That makes sense. So if I just have Gabriel, bench Saliba, Hill's good. I'm happy with Hill. I can't afford Salah, I don't think. No, I can't get Salah in. It's annoying, really, because the midfield is a little bit short of options. In fact, wow. Pascal Gross has way higher predicted points than Cherky does. What's his minutes? Cherky starts 4.66 predicted points. Still less than Gross, I think. It's slightly higher. I think we could still go Gross, though. But that Man City fixture is just so good. Sorry, I'm just mucking about with Solio in the background a sec. I'm just trying to work out how to bring in. Who would you bring into my midfield for Saka with that money? It's 0.3 in the bank. So I can't get Salah. I can't get him. Yeah, Cherky been benched last 3, but it doesn't mean he's going to get benched this one. Elliot Anderson. Oh, I've got Hill. Yeah, I agree. I agree with I wouldn't get Tavernier. Sangdruk, I've gone for Darlow over Bruggen so far. Enzo Lefebvre, not for me. Bumo, I don't know. I don't know about Bumo. Allison gives White Somerville, Madueke. Yeah. It's probably the way. Minte, Palmer. Can't afford Palmer, I don't think. Not sure I want Palmer. Let's have a look at Palmer's stats. Don't give me ideas. His stats are pants. That was his missed penalty game, wasn't it? His stats are pretty pants, I must say. Not sure I can do Palmer. Let's just look at the list of top scoring midfielders and just go off vibes a second. Oh, I can't do Semenyo. I'm not doing that. Bruno G. Bruno G could be good. Joy. Gibbs White, but I've got Hill starting for me. I don't think I can do that. I don't know. I don't know. What's the I'm fat. What's the goals market saying? Gakpo. Oh. Palmer's right up there. He is up there, isn't he, Palmer? Martinelli, but I don't think I don't like that fixture really. I do feel like Palmer's the one. Can I afford him? If I can't afford Palmer, I am in trouble, bro. Is he 10.2? Please be affordable. Nah, I can't afford him. He's 10.3. Can't get him. Do you reckon Gakpo? I don't like him. Bruno G. I think it might have to be. Bruno G. Cartel model likes him. I can't get Semenyo. I think it might be Bruno G, ladies and gents. I think it might be Bruno G. I haven't checked the cartel, by the way. No one's nobbled me. If anyone's in the cartel Discord wants a team review, do let me know. O'Reilly to True Fair. I don't see the reason to sell O'Reilly. I think O'Reilly's very decent, to be honest with you. I think he's very decent, bro. Tell you what, Salah's looking sharp in training. I've just seen a clip. I think it's probably Bruno G. Frozen. You should be all right. Do I think O'Reilly starts? I don't know, mate. We looked at Man City fans' predictions, and 67% of them, no pun intended, had O'Reilly starting. That's 4 out of 7, I think. Who would you sell out of Rice, Gabriel, Saliba, Watkins, Cherky, O'Reilly, Gahey? Whoa. I think I'd sell Watkins, because I think the strikers this week are the ones to go for. Watkins to Bowen, Watkins to Thiago, Watkins to Krupi. I think those moves are open for you. I don't think Watkins is going to play this week. That's what I do at the moment. Dewsbury Hall, Dagger. I could also just pick Dewsbury Hall. It's Bruno G or Dewsbury Hall, I think. Or Elliot Anderson or... Could even go James Garner. It's feeling like a Bruno G week though for me. You're going for Anthony. Yeah, I don't hate it. Don't hate it. Not the Man United one, of course. I'm afraid though, watchers, I do have to use the loo. I can't wait any longer. Been live for an hour and a half. I need to go again. I've been staying hydrated though. That's why. Yeah, by the way, we got 370 people watching, and I say only, we got 166 likes. Let's see if we can bump that up to 200. As I say, on Wolf of Wall Street, you need to up those numbers. I like Oshuler. I think Oshuler's another option. Cherky or Tavernier. Oh. Thing is, for me, mate, Cherky is such an annoying player. Because if he plays in that game against Villa, my God. I mean, what a game that is. But if he doesn't play or comes off the bench, he could do damage off the bench, though, couldn't he? Oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know why I suddenly started talking Northern then. But I don't know what to do. Yeah, we just saw the Arsenal projected goals drop in. I think it probably means Saka's not in the team. I don't think Saka's going to play. I think that's what I've got. I don't want to take drugs to stop me weeing, mate. It's just the game. I've been drinking lots of water, mate. It's hot. Gabriel or Hill. Oh my God. I would probably get Gabriel. I'd probably go Gabriel. We saw Arsenal lineup predictions. 7 fans predicting the Arsenal team. 4 out of 7 had both Gabriel and Saliba starting. I think I'd rather start Gabriel than have double Bournemouth defence. God help me, but that's what I'd do. God willing, that'll work out for you. Yeah, 100% Glenn. I don't think I can sell João Pedro. I'm happy to take on Bowen with João Pedro this week and keep João Pedro. Might not work out, but is what it is. You think there's a world of hammers? Of course there is. Yeah, of course there is. Be silly to rule that out. You'd be silly to rule that out. Do you think Semenyo starts? I really don't know. I wish I knew. Should we have a look at those jump the way predictions again? Here they are. What did Semenyo have? Semenyo had where is he? 33% chance of starting. Only 2 out of 7 had him in the starting lineup. More people had Cherky starting than Semenyo. Wow. Right, I'm going to have to go. I'm going to have to use the loo and put the kettle on. I'll nip back. I'll quickly do a little bit while the kettle's boiling and then go make a coffee. All right, I won't be long. Sorry, lads. Kettle's boiling away. We'll be there in a sec. There we go. Good chance that Skelly starts. Yep, I'd agree with that. No, I don't think Saka will start. I saw a list of Arsenal fan predictions, look. So these are Arsenal fans predicting the Arsenal starting lineup. None out of the 7 predictors have Saka starting. That suggested, no, mate. I'm not in my boxers, mate. I've got normal shorts on, pal. They got pockets in them, look. See? Normal shorts, bro. They're quite short, you know? They're gym shorts. Trust me, I'm not in underwear. Don't worry about that. But they're black, aren't they? So I guess that kind of hides it. Kettle's done. I'll be back in a sec. I need to look at that. I need to tuck my shirt in. What was I also going to say? I need to get my Invisalign case. Sorry about that, guys. I'm feeling very unprofessional today. Got to take my Invisalign out. We dropped a lot of viewers then, but I needed that break. I appreciate that was very boring for people then. I think fans predicting who's going to be in the Arsenal team is quite powerful, to be honest with you. What else can you go off at this stage? See if we've got any leaks. I don't think we have any so far. Just Andy, Let's Talk FPL said he might take a hit. It's the final deadline of the season, pal. Got to put a suit on for the final deadline. Sorry, my nose is a bit itchy. I think you're amazing. Da 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 da. The way that love can set you free. So now I walk in the midday sun. I think you're amazing. I think you're amazing. Da da da. Sorry. Andy is only taking a hit to field 11 players. Okay. I think I can field 11, can't I? I should be able to. So, Rocking Gaming YouTube, I'm spreading the risk because I think there's a chance that they could be benched. So, for me, I'm starting 1, spreading the risk. And I think O'Reilly's decent. I think Hill's decent. I think that's the way to go for me. I should probably do that at the moment. If I'm tempted to Actually, do I? Yeah, probably. And then I'm a total 50-50 on where the Turkey starts. I think I'm probably going to transfer out Saka. And then if I'm 50-50 on Turkey starting, if I am 50-50 on him starting, should I play Gross instead? It's bloody tough, let me tell you. By the way, cheers. I nearly spilt coffee over myself then. That nearly didn't go very well. I reckon if Saliba, yeah, I don't know. All you need them to do is get 60, really. That's kind of the minimum requirement for me starting them is just they play 60 minutes. And I think because it's quite 50-50 as to whether they play, I'm happy to go. I'm happy to do this. You might think it's mental. I don't know if there's logic to it, but my gut feeling, my intuition tells me 50-50 chance of them probably playing. I'm starting Gabriel. Yeah, but you can walk out for a guard of honor and be a bench player, can't you? I think they can do that. And I don't think it matters. Yeah, Saka will play a bit. I totally agree Saka will play a bit, but is it enough to start him in FPL? Any love for Enzo? I don't think so, mate. You've got to go Palmer, in my opinion. TCA, that's because being in the top 13,000, mate, means you are better than the average. I'm just going to tell you that. So the average is the average score of every single player in FPL, which is 11 million people. So I would like to think that the people in the top 13,000 in the game are better than average, mate. That's what we're doing, pal. Sunshine and beers after this one for me as well. Hope everyone enjoys the last day of the season. What, mate? I've had such a good weekend. By the way, it was my birthday yesterday as well. I don't really go about talking about my birthday, but I played for Bristol City on Friday night. It was my birthday today. Yesterday, sorry. It's the final day of FPL. I'm going out for some beers with my mates. How good? What a week! What a bloody weekend! Oh, and I don't want to hear about it, mate. Don't ask. Played in a charity game, bud. A lot of people probably already seen this. I'm going to talk about it again because I can. I want to. I've got a YouTube channel about Bristol City, and we played in a charity game, mate. It was called the Talk Club Cup. So there's a fantastic UK based charity called the Talk Club. Check out their Instagram. The whole incentive of the charity is to get men talking about their mental health. If you didn't know, in the UK, suicide is the biggest killer of men under the age of 50. We found out a stat that only a third of men feel like they can comfortably turn to someone or know where they can go to talk about their mental health. So we raised awareness for that on Friday. But I lined up playing for Bristol City. There's me in the dressing room. I was in the starting lineup, look, alongside some club legends. So Steve Phillips was a starting goalkeeper of ours for 7 or 8 seasons. Scott Murray is our current kit man. Lewis Carey, the record appearance maker for Bristol City, captained us in a playoff final at Wembley. We had some celebrities in there as well. So Jamel, YouTuber, the bloke was unreal. Jack Eats Everything. He's a food blogger on Instagram from Bristol. Cracking lad. He was my left back. Tristan Plummer from Gogglebox. I don't know if anyone in the UK watches Gogglebox. Scoose and Elliott, 2 Bristol City legends playing in the midfield. Me in the left, I was on the left wing. Colin Cram in the number 10, he was a tidy player. And Shay Mannings from Love Island, who scored a brace. He was unbelievable. 6'6", he was. Just no one could handle him. That was our team. It's me and my mates from my swimming clublet in the stands. Me and my mum. Me walking out with my mascot. Me and my mascot. Look at that. I had a mascot. How good. That's me walking out first time. Oh, mate. Sick. Me on the screen, look. That's the channel, by the way. Robin's Nest. Me and my mate Josh as well at the end of the game. I took some more photos as well. Don't know if anyone's heard of the band Idols, but the drummer John from Idols was in our team. As me. The shirts were quite tight. Won't say any more of that. As me and some of the team at the end of the game. Me and my mascot walking out. There you go. I'm a swimmer, Lee, mate. So workout routine is 3 gyms, 3 swims a week. So I train 6 days a week, basically. Yeah, 3 gyms, 3 swims. Well, let me tell you something, Ant. I would say both of these channels that I've started in my life have come from mental health difficulties. And I tell you what, I went through a rather challenging time during the Euros last year. I was actually going for a breakup with a girlfriend at the time. Obviously, breakups are challenging. I spoke to someone, I got a counsellor, I got all of my thoughts and feelings out to them. Then all of sort of the negative energy that was around me, I just pumped it into this YouTube channel, amongst other things. And I think it served me quite well. I was so motivated when all of that happened. Like nothing ever really. It gave me an energy, or I tried to channel it into an energy and motivation. And yeah, there you go. So it's kind of a full circle moment, really, that I ended up playing in a mental health charity football game because of a YouTube channel I started during poor mental health. So yeah, that was very special on Friday. TCA, so it's on Live FPL, mate. Live.fpl will tell you all of that. It tells you ownership of players around your rank, so you know the players that can hurt you, the players that can help you. Yeah. Exactly, track to damage, mate. No team news yet. And it's the nature of life as well, isn't it? Ups and downs. Oh, mate, I can't believe it, Anne. It was incredible. I honestly, I still didn't really sleep very well last night because I was still buzzing from it. It was just such an incredible day. And like mixing it, my Bristol City channel is not huge, but mixing it with some of the well-known local people and feeling like I was just, they made me feel such part of the team. It was lovely. So yeah, it was a really great day. And they were all excellent people as well. They were just excellent people. I was on the left wing, mate. Take a hit from João Pedro? No, mate. I think João Pedro is a great option. I'll look into that, Mark. Well, at the moment, I think my most likely sale is getting rid of Saka. I think I'm going to get rid of Saka. That's what I think I'm going to do. Too much run at mate. I tell you what. So I was absolutely blowing out my arse, right? And I got to the point where I was actually looking at the clock because I was knackered. I looked up at the clock, right? Guess how long had gone in the game? Well, I was at the point where I was so tired I was already looking at the clock to see when I could come off. What time in the game do you think that was? How many minutes had gone? I'd say to me it felt like about 15 minutes had gone by. It said 4 minutes. We got through it. That was absolutely fine. I can push myself through being tired. I do it in swim training all the time, so I knew the principles of it, but it was all great fun though. All great fun. I got a good 20 minutes. I was proud of my 20 minutes. Do 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 do. I don't rate you, Zach. You are very handsome. I'm not. I'm just me, mate. I'm not. There's no secret. I think that is a joke, though. But thank you. You also have to think about your physical health, yeah. So I didn't mention the fact that I just went all in on training as well. I mean, I was a swimmer when I was going through it, so yeah, I just went all in on weight training and swimming, basically. I appreciate the compliment. I'm joking. I appreciate the compliment. Maybe I should just wear it. Maybe I should wear a suit and tie more often if I start getting comments like that. How much can you bench? I don't bench, mate. One of the things in swimming I've had is big shoulder problems. And one of the things that really caused it was bench press. So I don't do heavy bench press. I got up to 99 kilos, I think, the last time I did it. I was bang on 100, but that's when my shoulder really got knackered. So I just don't really bench press too much. I do more incline bench stuff on the main. I'd say weighted pull ups are my best lift. I think my weighted pull up 1 rep max is 40 kilos. Might be a little bit higher now. I've been doing a lot of weighted pull up training and I've not done a 1 rep max test for a little while. So I might have a good decent, might have 50 in me now. But yeah, weighted pull ups is my exercise because swimming is really all about the lats and your pull strength, right? Because when you're swimming, I've probably got pit stains. Your hand enters the water like that, and then you're pushing, and that all comes from here. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at, Mark. Ryan, let's go, son. Mate, you made that bar your bitch. We love that. As you swim, you should not do heavy weights. That's not true. I'm sorry, that's not true. Literally, the world record holder in the 50 freestyle is he lifts heavy. I'm a sprint swimmer for what it's worth. Using bands is great for rehabilitation and getting active, but you got to lift heavy to be a swimmer. It's a power sport. You know, water is 35 times more dense than air. So to propel yourself through that, you need to be strong. No getting away from it. Yeah, it's just pushing exercises, mate. You should try and avoid heavy push stuff. Heavy pull stuff's really important, but push stuff is a little bit different. And Olympic lifting as well is big. I need to get into cleans a little bit more, really, and power cleans and stuff. I do swim competitively, mate. I am 29 now. Turned 29 yesterday. 29. 29 years old, eh? I do some plyo stuff. So Monday, Wednesday, and a usual program for me. Monday, Wednesday is heavy lift. Squat Monday, deadlift Wednesday, weighted pull-ups Monday, rows on Wednesday, and then some bit of rehab and whatnot. Those are the kind of the core lifts. And then core both of those days. Saturday, plyometrics. So I do some jumps, some explosive stuff, and then some rehab as well. That's the game. Yeah, mate. Fucking shoulder. Bloody shoulders, mate. Sorry, I use the F-bomb because my shoulders have been really annoying. Cheers, Ryan, mate. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Fishy and Unk. I think I was an Unk before, though. Fair enough, Frederick. I think the important thing with swim training is balance, though, right? Just lifting heavy every session. You need to balance that out with. And the main thing with swimming as well is transferring it across your swim technique as well. You can be an absolute ox, But if you don't have good technique to transfer that strength with your stroke into the water, you're going to be hopeless. Jamaica, we were not alive. How old are you? I've seen you in you're in quite a lot, comment on quite a lot of my videos. Hope you're keeping well. Yeah, Lee, you've got to get the rehab done. Like all of the rotator cuff muscles, you got to work them. You got to get them. You got to get them strong and use them as well. You've got to try and figure out a way in your mind to activate them when you're working out, which is partly why I do the band stuff, Frederick. Really, you do the old rotator cuff stuff, right? Yeah. I was born in 1997, by the way. That's how I'm 29. Born in 97. James Magnuson probably won't beat them. He might do the 100 freestyle, but I doubt it. One thing that probably will go is the 50 freestyle world record. I think Ben Proud will beat that, British guy. Ben Proud finished second at the 2024 Olympics, and now he's on enhancements. So he should go quite well, I reckon. And the 50 freestyle real world record got broken a couple of months ago in China by Cam McAvoy, an Australian guy. He went 20.88. The previous world record was 20.91. And the fastest Ben Proud has gone is 21.1, I think. So if Ben Proud drops 0.2, 0.3 of a second, he'll break the world record. Three young kids, I feel at least 20 years older. Fair enough. Still waiting for it to come home. Mark, mate, appreciate you watching the content. You got three little ones. What are they up to at the moment? Are they watching as well? Do they play FPL? Hinshelwood or Somerville? Oh, mate. Here's the goal projections. Do any of them appear? None of them appear. Bollocks. That's not helpful to you at all, is it? Excuse me. Projected goals. Oh, we need to go on. Here we go. Projected goals, clean sheet odds. Excuse me. Brighton 1.97. I'm helping you, bro. I'm literally researching right now. Oh my god, it's really close. Oh wow. All right, here's a way to pose the question, because it's basically the same if they've got the same projected goals. Hinshelwood and Somerville, they're both in the Brighton starting lineup, let's say, because they've got the same projected goals. Go with this. Who would you start if they were playing for the same team? Or does that not help you at all? They're watching Lilo and Stitch 2 while I make their lunch. Mate, I need their help too. If they've got any advice, I'm there for it. What's for lunch, by the way? What is for lunch at the Harvey household? Swim in the local live swamp. Bet that's bloody cold in the winter. I know Rocking Gaming YouTube. I appreciate your support. Thank you very much. Who would you captain out of Lilo and Stitch? This is embarrassing, but I've never really watched it. I've never really watched it, I'm afraid. Now I walk in the midday sun. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I think you're amazing. Da, 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 da. Can we talk about FPL? Yeah, ask me questions, bro. No, I've got a shirt and tie. It's the final deadline of the stream, bro. It's the final deadline stream of the season, brother. Favorite film ever? Two string come to mind. Forrest Gump, Fast and the Furious, Tokyo Drift. There you go. Those are my two favorite films of all time. Don't ask me why. Bro, I got a wetsuit. We're covered, mate. My team: Darlow, Gabriel, Porro, O'Reilly, Anthony, Fernandez, Gakpo, Haaland, Richarlison, Bowen. Help me out. I've helped you, bro. I can't. It's so close between them. For me to actually say I have a preference is a bit mad. It should be your decision. But I'm saying two of them play for the same team because there's nothing really, I don't think, nothing really from a projected goals point of view to differentiate Brighton and West Ham this week. So you're imagining they're in the same starting 11, I think, based on that. Who's going to score the most points? They're at the stage where everything I make is wrong. So there's a myriad of things going, okay. And the answer to the captaincy question is the little blue one. What's that? Oh, the little blue one, I see. Yeah. I might be. I don't really do films. I don't know. I don't watch many films, to be honest. I'm not a film buff. I just never had really the time in my life to watch too many films. They take a lot of time, you know? What move you're looking at the most? Yeah. I think I'm selling Saka, mate. Unless we get leaks that change it. I think Saka's got to be the one to go. I don't think he's going to start. And then it's a question of what I do with Cherky as well. Like, do I start or bench Cherky? Because I don't need to sell Cherky. I can put Gross in, but I think Saka's going to go. Triple captain Haaland, mate. I think Haaland's the one. Haaland is the one. I got no thoughts on that team, mate. We did see that Semenyo might not start. Is the only thing I would consider Gross 2 instead of Semenyo, mate. Max Bird, Jason Knight have been fantastic for us. Jason Knight's become our club captain, mate. Probably our best player. Max Bird is probably our best technical player, mate. They're both fantastic, but they've also both got 1 year left on their contract, so they could maybe leave this summer if they're not going to sign a new deal. So yeah. What else we got? Sorry, I was just looking at see if there are any leaks. I reckon Haaland won't play, but I can't bring myself to not captain him. Yeah. I'm thinking Bruno G for Saka. Oh, it's just loaded all the messages at once. Sorry. I've had about 20 messages pop up. I will be doing World Cup Fantasy. We did pinch him, mate. João Pedro's flagged because he missed the last game with a little quad injury. Oh yes, Jamaica, I am the same. I am the same. Don't worry about that. You have class, mate. Go to class, mate. Go to class, brother. What's going on here? Oh, come on. Sorry, guys. Just doing something off screen. It's been really annoying. There we go. We're back. There we go. We're back. We're back. 8K in the world. Love that, mate. Where do you check for leaks? I've got a fantastic list on Twitter that you can use. 2 secs. I'll send it to you. I'll put it in the chat. No leaks. No leaks yet. Will Haaland be? I don't think so. I think Man City will go quite strong. That's all I've been looking for while I've been quiet there is checking leaks. You want to see the list, don't you? You just made the list. Don't know if anyone watched WWE, but funny. Here's the list. Oh man, could you? Well, I don't really care if Bruno does that. To be honest, he's not my captain. It'd be cool for someone to get above 20. You know, no changes to the free hit team, mate. I don't think. Wouldn't change it. I'm very happy with it. Free hit team is the last video I made, by the way. So if you want to see my free hit team, check out my latest video. This is obviously not my latest video because it's a live stream. I think so, Ant. But the question is Cherky in his best 11? Because he's been benched last couple games. He got benched in the cup final and then benched for Bournemouth as well. Oh, bloody annoyed me that did. I was seething at Pep for that. Not the first time I've been seething at Mr. Guardiola, though. Oh, excuse me. Perhaps a ball winner. No chance he won't play us. Yeah, we've already read that. João Pedro to Fleming. I think João Pedro is going to play. And the thing is with Cherky, like, if he does actually start, that's the best fixture of the week. That Man City v Villa game is the best fixture of the week by a country mile with what's happened to, with what Villa. They won the Europa League. They're all going to be tired. You know, it's the best fixture of the week, that one. Let's see who else is live. What's Tom up to? Gianni's live as well. Everyone's live this week. Let's have a look what Tom's saying.
Right, I think we've had another team sent in for review, so we'll take a look at that one.
Oh, he's doing reviews. We'll go back to him. We'll come back to him. See if anyone's put a Discord team in the review section, actually. No reviews. Haaland's the captain, mate. Do you have a wedding? No, mate. It's the final deadline of the stream. The final deadline stream of the season. You've got to go suited and booted, mate. Sorry, I was just looking at this out on my phone then. Should I take the Twitter Tinder pic? I'm not on Tinder, bro. We're not on Tinder. You feel Bruno captain's the one? Really? I think that Man City Villa fixture is just... It's too good to avoid. They've all been on the piss, mate. And Villa is expected to rotate heavily. So it's going to be their second fiddle team. And they've all been on the piss this week. Like, surely. It's Pep's last game. Surely. Dating apps in general are gash, mate. My opinion. To be fair, back in, a few years ago, they were all right. I met a girlfriend on Tinder. We had a good few years together, and yeah, that all went well. But I feel like they're just awful now, in my opinion. And I think there's far more men on them than women as well. I think that's something that those companies hide, is how many men are on there compared to women. I can't imagine what the experience is like being a woman on them, but there you go. Would you take a hit for a goalkeeper? God, no. No. World Cup finalists. Well, I think it will be the winner of the World Cup will be one of Spain, France, or England. That's my opinion. Ben, am I buying you a mug this season? Oh no, last time. Well, we'll be here. We'll do more deadline streams for the World Cup. Don't you worry about that. Wow, is Evelyn, are you here? Oh, Adam Loveridge as well. Jacob Bethel. It's not the cricket player. Jake's right up there. Action's right up there. Where am I in my own mini league? 83rd. England, no chance. Whatever, mate. What group of Northern Ireland? What group of Northern Ireland in, mate? Should we buy him for a punt? Who? Mane, not for me. I'm an Everton and West Ham fan today. Fair enough, Robin's way. No, I don't watch cricket, mate. Sorry. My other sport's swimming. That's the sport I do. That's the other sport I'm into. And I do like motorsport as well. Do like a bit of motorsport. Yeah, I think for me, there's probably 4 strikers: Bowen, Thiago, Osula, or Krupi Jr. Those are the ones this week. I like them all. I think Welbeck could be decent as well. Welbeck always scores against Man United, but that'd be my list, mate. If you're feeling Osula, do it. Tell you what, if Osula scores there, you got to do a Michael Jackson dance and put on one hand of a glove. Hey Tom, would you take a hit to bring Bruno F and Krupi in, selling Thiago and Rice on the way? You know what? I don't hate that. I don't hate that. I don't like selling Thiago though. I think Thiago could be great, but I do think you probably want to get Bruno in. I think, mate, I'm going to do Saka to Bruno G. Can you tell me a better midfielder than Bruno G this week that I don't own? I can't afford Palmer, by the way, and I can't afford Salah. For the record. Now I walk in the midday sun. Do 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 do. I think you're amazing. Where a love can set you free. So now I walk. So I got George Michael stuck in my head. I don't know why George Michael is in my head, but George Michael is in my head. I think we've probably got another half hour in us. We'll probably wrap up the stream around 12 p.m. if that's all right. Get a bit of lunch in. And then we're all on the leaks, aren't we, after that? Comments on Steel. What do you mean? I didn't get a goal, mate. Shay Mannings from Love Island scored a couple. Lee Peacock, he scored a goal. He was the first legend to come into the change room to arrive, and he told me and Mikey, my mate who I got there with, that he'd had a new hip 2 weeks ago. He played about 25 minutes and scored a header with a new hip. So fair play to him. And then Lewis Carey, the club captain when I was growing up, record appearance maker, scored the other goal. But yeah, Shay Mannings from Love Island plays like semi-professional football. You could tell he was obviously very good at football, but he was just physically a footballer. So he was in peak fitness. So he was a difference maker for us. It's unreal, Ben. I can't believe it, mate. The Talk Club is a charity, mate. They run free sessions to just group sessions to get men talking about their mental health, really. And the main thing, their slogan is, "How are you out of 10?" So it's a way you start the conversation by asking your mate how they are out of 10. And today, let me tell you, I'm a 9.5. The only reason I'm 0.5 off a 10 is because I don't know what to do with my FPL team. They're in person, mate. Might be worth looking into. You'll probably have a local branch. Take a look at it. Definitely have a look. Whereabouts are you from? Whereabouts are you from? It's become a nationwide thing. Started off in Bristol, but it's become a nationwide charity, my friend. Gakpo could be an option. I don't like Gakpo, but he definitely could be an option. Near Derby. All right, mate. Let's have a look. Talk Club Derby. Oh, it's obviously because we played a derby on Friday in the Talk Club Cup. That's the first search term on Google. I'll have a look on. Let's see if there's one in Derby. No, there isn't one yet. What else is near you? But yeah, have a look for the Talk Club anyway. They're a growing charity. Definitely a growing charity. I'm sure they'll have one soon. Boo 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 doo. I think You're amazing. Do you like Indian? Not really a fan of the music, I'm afraid, but I do love Indian food. Do love Indian food. I friggin' love Indian food. I think so, Ben. The only thing is Saka. I don't think Saka's going to start. And Cherky. What's going to happen with Cherky? Should I start Cherky? What am I doing with Cherky? I don't think my team's good. Do you prefer water or toilet paper? Mate, in Britain, we don't have hoses or bidets. That's not something we have. I remember going to Asia, you've got your bum guns, but we don't have them in the UK. One free transfer, pal. One free transfer. Yeah, but who are you picking for Bournemouth? Rayan, maybe? I've been talking about Rayan as a good differential. I need to wait for the leaks as well, don't I? Realistically. I think they do come off the bench, though. I genuinely think there is an element, Ben, of needing to keep the Arsenal players fresh, like not fresh, sorry, match fit. Badgers, I think it's entirely down to who you think starts in the final. I think whoever starts up front in the final is benched and gets half an hour off the bench, and whoever gets benched in the final starts today. That's my thoughts. I don't really watch Avengers, mate, to be honest with you. Don't really have a preference. Sorry, don't have a favourite Avenger. Not really my thing. There's so many Avengers films that I've found it became a profit making exercise as opposed to actually wanting to create good films. So I watched Endgame because I think the whole world watched Endgame, but yeah. Any leaks? Don't think so. Don't think there is. No, all the tweets are about Man City and Pep as opposed to leaks. I'm in a shirt, brother, because it's the final deadline of the stream. I keep saying that. The final deadline of the stream. The final deadline of the season. So that's why I'm in a shirt, bro. You got to dress up for the final one, you know? I do like the Sidemen, though. They're very good. Yeah. I don't watch every video. I can't really, but I don't really have time to watch a whole lot of content, but I do like the Sidemen. They're good. Yeah, those Arsenal projected goals are dropping like flies on the live betting market tracker, by the way. I think the world is saying Saka won't start. End of season awards. We need to do some end of season. That's what we'll do. We'll do that tomorrow then. Cheers, Mick Mash. You can hook me up with Mini Minter, mate. If Simon wants to do a collab, go for it, mate. But I mean, I doubt he'll have time for me. And I wouldn't be offended by that. But go for it, brother. Do you play FPL? Want to make a video? Does he? No leaks yet, Gasms. Unfortunately, pal. I've been looking. I haven't seen any. Oh, mate, I need another piss. I've been so. Oh, I've had so much water this morning because it's hot. I've got to go again. Sorry, guys. Going to the toilet 3 times on a deadline stream is probably ridiculously unprofessional, but needs must. Bro, sure. My email's available on my Instagram, mate. You could also DM me on Twitter. DM me on Twitter. I prefer that, actually. There's my Twitter. Actually, no, that's not my Twitter. DM me on Twitter, brother. Okay. I'll be honest, mate. It sounds almost too good to be true. That's the angle I'm coming from. Thank you, pal. Now I walk in the midday sun. Boo, 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 boo. Sorry. I've just got George Michael in my head. I don't know, Ben. I'm going to be in the pub, mate. So whatever the pub's got on, to be honest. A couple of mates have invited me out to the pub. I'm going pub. Page the best for leaks. I've got a Twitter list. If you use Twitter, get on this. Get on this list. Get on this list on Twitter. Copy link. Pint of chalk. I don't know, mate. We'll see what's in there. I'm not really a drinker. I don't do cider, bro. Here's a story. So I'm sure a lot of UK people are the same. Oh, fucking honestly. Oh, this mic. I used to drink in the park when I was 15, 16. And as you do when you're a kid from a town in the UK with not much to do. That's what me and my mates used to do. And I drank 4 cans of Thatcher's Gold in the space of a couple of hours. Normally that would get me, today it would get me quite tipsy. Because I don't drink at all. But back then it got me very drunk. I went back to my mum's house. I was tipsy, but fine. Tried to go to bed, and my head was spinning in bed, and I ended up throwing up in bed. Yeah. And that day kind of scarred me for life, really. And I've never been able to drink cider again. So yeah, I'm a beer man. I much prefer a beer anyway. I do like a beer. Congrats on your title. What have I? Have I won something? What did I win? What did I win? Sell Donnarumma. No, I'd keep Donnarumma. You probably got a decent bench keeper. Go. I was on about the lad in the comments. Oh, not me. No. I tell you what. I'm there, mate. I'm on a Guinness. I might have a Guinness. I'm gonna have a Guinness today. That's what I'm gonna have. Decided, mate. First beer is gonna be a Guinness, and then I'll probably the Talk Club, the charity that I played for on Friday. They're partnered with a beer called Clearhead, which does the rounds in Bristol. It's a non-alcoholic beer. I might have that. Don't mind a non-alcoholic beer actually. Guinness Zero is nice. Yeah. We'll have one beer. I'm allowed one beer. I'm allowed one alcoholic beverage. I can actually also only have one beer and be fine. Right, we're approaching 12 p.m. Get your final questions in, and then I'm probably going to log off, have some lunch, go to pub. I've been live for 3 hours. That was a decent shift for a deadline stream, I reckon. We had 7,500 people in here this morning. That was pretty good fun. That was pretty cool. Good couple of very healthy super chats as well. I'm so grateful for that. Alex, and you're a legend, Alex, if you're still there. Unbelievable, mate. You were day one. Day one, we were talking. You were talking to me when I had about 5 viewers. Incredible. Incredible. Also, looks like Lacroix is going to leave Crystal Palace after this game. Oh, Raptors in a suit as well. Look at him. Oh, Raptors in a suit as well. There you go. Right. 12 p.m., ladies and gentlemen. That's it. That's it. We need to wait for the leaks. We need to see what's going to happen. But yeah, if you don't mind, ladies and gentlemen, I'm off to have a bit of lunch. I'm going to go to the pub. I'll hand you over to the likes of FPL Raptor, FPL Tomothy's still live, Harry and Andy, Mate, Focal, whenever they start. But that was a pleasure this morning. Final deadline of the season, eh? I can't believe it. 38 game weeks. I've only missed one deadline stream this season. That was when I was swimming at Nationals. I think that's a reasonable excuse for missing a deadline stream. We've done every other one. Actually, no, I had to miss one because of a work meeting as well. That was gutting. But other than that, we've done every one. Solid. I still don't know what I'm going to do with my team, by the way. It still looks like this. I'll probably sell Saka, but I'm waiting for the leaks. Cheers all.